And so we're going to do the opening ceremony, which is some chanting, some enchanting chanting. So many of you might know these introductory chants that we do traditionally in Buddhist centers, Buddhist temples, Buddhist monasteries. We start off chanting the Namo Tassa 3 times, and we have the 3 refuges, and then we chant the Buddha Nusati, the Dhamma Nusati, and the Sangha Nusati, the 3 jewels of Buddhism. Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, the teacher, the teachings, and those who followed the teachings to become enlightened. And these are opportunities for us when we chant, not just to tick off a little ritual, a little comforting thing that we do each time, not just because it feels nice or sounds good or feels a bit exotic or feels very Buddhist, but this is an opportunity for us to connect very deeply on an emotional level with the meaning of those words and to connect with the Buddha, the teacher, to connect with the Dhamma, these teachings, so powerful, so amazing, and to remember that the Sangha of enlightened beings followed those teachings to become enlightened. So these are ways that we can recollect and bring a lot of joy and energy into the mind. So this is why these recollections are placed at the beginning of our ceremonies. We have this idea that it's good to inspire the mind, to uplift the mind before we begin our practice of meditation. It helps put us in the right frame of mind, helps put us in the right place for meditation. Sometimes even just reciting these, reflecting in this way, recollecting these beautiful qualities, helps us to develop joy instantly. And we just want to meditate straight away. We feel good. So this is the power of these opening procedures that we do. We shouldn't just take them for granted or want to tick them off or get through them. Each and every time we practice these, it's an opportunity for us to develop these qualities in ourselves. And the Buddha said that when we reflect on these qualities, the path, the Dhamma, is born within us. And our mind, our heart goes straight. We're moving in the direction of the Dhamma. And so these are only positive things that can come from these moments that we practice together as a group. So shall we do that now? Most people, I think, have arrived. So we're going to chant the Namo Tassa, followed by the 3 refuges and the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha Anusitis. So if you don't know the words, or you don't like doing chanting, you can just sit there and enjoy a Buddhist cultural experience. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Itipiso bhagava araham samma sambuddho Vijja charana sampano sugato lokavidu Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Sattha deva manusanang Buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo Sanditiko akaliko ehipasiko opanahiko pachatang veditabo vinyuhiti Supatipano bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Ujjupatipano bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Nyayapatipano bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Samicipatipano bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Yadidan chatari purisa yugani ata purisa pugala Esa bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyaketang Lokasati. Very good. So hopefully you're feeling uplifted, remembering the beautiful qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and having gone refuge to our teacher and these teachings and the Sangha of enlightened beings. And so I usually like a bit more of an interactive session. So I feel a bit kind of torn between the people in the room and, of course, all you wonderful people online. But one thing I've been doing lately is asking polemic questions. And so perhaps those people who are online can answer in the chat. But for those people in the room, and I'd be interested to hear your response to this polemic question. Is there a correct way to meditate? What do you think? It's a yes or no answer question. Is there a correct way to meditate? So maybe those people online, what do you think? Put your response in the chat. I'm looking for a broad array of views. Is there a correct way to meditate? Michael Holgate.
Well, there's...
Yes or no question?
Yes.
Yes. Yes and no. Yes, no. What do you think? Yes? What do you think? No? Yeah? No?
I think
No? No correct way to meditate.
I think there's many different methods, and if you feel like one's working for you, I think at least start from there.
Okay, so one of our friends in the room here was saying there's many different ways to meditate, and so if one is working for you. And so I think people have put that in the chat. I noticed most of you weren't people who could follow instructions and just answer yes or no. In a broad sense, yes. So how are we going to reconcile all these yeses and nos and maybes with the people in the room? So perhaps a second question, a follow-up question. Is there incorrect way to meditate? is there an incorrect way to meditate? Okay, so all those people who said there was no correct way to meditate, you're going to be in a bit of an awkward position here, aren't you?
Yes.
So there are many people here saying online that there are incorrect ways to meditate. What do you think in the room? Yes? Incorrect ways. Okay, yeah, so it's tricky, right? So how do we know? How do we know if we're doing the right way or the wrong way?
Isn't it just an effective way, not the right or wrong way?
An effective way, yeah, maybe. Yeah, so this is going to be something that will come up from time to time in your meditation practice. And the reason I mention it is because I've been doing a lot of meditation retreats. Almost the past 2 months I've been on retreat. And part of the retreat process is that you meet with people, you have interviews, and you talk to them about their meditation practice. And sometimes people who have been meditating for years will come and they'll say, I have no idea what I'm doing. And they'll say, I've been meditating for years and years, and I'm just not sure how to practice. And so this is a bit of a problem, right? Like, we can have these times in our practice where we're just really uncertain, and this doubt, which is a hindrance, gives rise to a lot of problems in our thinking. We have a lot of self-doubt, and then we also have doubt. So we have doubt internally. We also have doubts externally about the teacher and the teachings. And then also internally, that feeling of, I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm not sure how I'm practicing. And so the Buddha was aware of this problem. And that's why we have such explicit instructions and guides as part of the meditation path. And even though it seems to us that those instructions are so brief and not in-depth enough, they're good enough for us to get an insight into whether our meditation is actually working or not. And so in the whole of the spiritual path, what we want to see is that we're coming out of unwholesome, unskillful, unhelpful, bad qualities or states of mind or thought. And we want to see that we're actually developing wholesome, skillful states, good states. And so from time to time, we might have a little bit of a wobble. And certainly in our meditation practice, we can have a little bit of a wobble. In our life also, we can have a little bit of a wobble. But what we want to see is the general trend. Is the general trend improving? And so this is something we can see in the way that we live our life, our interactions with others, our interactions with our perception of ourselves. And it's something that we can also see in our meditation practice. And when you start to see that the mind is inclining more and more towards these positive states, what's actually happening is that we're letting go of those negative states which block or occlude those beautiful states and prevent them from arising. And so we want to encourage those beautiful positive states in our meditation. And that's why the Buddha instructed us to meditate with right intention. So this is the way that we can set up our practice, by having a right intention. One of the things that we most grapple with is getting to meditate. There's so many things that prevent us. What are those things? Usually things that are out there in the world that delight us. Sensory pleasures, the excitement of Netflix, the excitement of watching endless TikToks. Welcome. Dinner is going to prevent us from meditating, right? Wanting to listen to music wanting to be with people, all of these things are going to prevent us from meditating. And we know that, right? It's hard to get to the meditation cushion. And so what we do is we start off with this right intention of renunciation, of voluntarily giving up some of the pleasures from the sense world, moving away from external things and moving internally to the world of our mind. So we're letting go of the outside world. We're letting go of desire to enjoy all of those sensory things out there in the world. It takes an intention to let go. But it's voluntary. No one's forcing it. We do it because we understand that this way will lead to some peace. So this is the first right intention that we need. The second is to have a mind of non-ill will. That's a mind of love. We don't have any hate. Don't have any resentment or anger in our mind when we come to meditate. We just want to be full of kindness to ourselves. So this is very helpful. We don't come to meditation wanting to hurt ourselves to get good results. Force yourself, use a lot of willpower, be one of those people who wants to sit really rigid and sit for 3 hours, first thing in the morning, and do it out of a kind of grudge. We don't want to be like that. We don't want to force the mind or hurt the mind. We want to be really gentle and kind. We want to have a mind of non-harm. This is the third right intention, a mind of non-harm. We don't want to harm ourselves or others. And so when we come to meditate, we don't have a cruel thought in our mind. We have thoughts of compassion, of wanting to be free from suffering. And this is the 3 aspects of the second factor of the Noble Eightfold Path, right intention, samma sankappo. So we practice these every time we come to meditate. This is part of the wisdom aspect of the path. We want to develop some discernment. How should we use our mind? We want to use it to practice renunciation, to practice love, to practice compassion. And this right intention is the foundation of our meditation practice. We sit with this renunciation. We want to be here. We want to meditate. So this is really helpful, right? We decide now is the time for meditation. And when you've made that decision, you want to be there. You don't want to be doing any of those other things. This is what renunciation is, this voluntary giving up. So when you come to sit, just having that intention, I'm going to be here for the next 20 minutes. And this is what I'm going to be doing. This is all that matters right now. Meditation. And this will be a very powerful way for you to feel like you can be here present, not wanting to be doing all those other things that are possible. And looking around, here you are now. You've given up so much, right, to be here. You've given up the delights of Harris Park and all the food that's out there, all the entertainment, all the lights and activity. You've given up something to be here. So you're already practicing this right intention of renunciation. And looking around, we have so many good friends here in this room and online. We can feel a sense of love for all the people who are here. And we're all here coming together to practice meditation. in order to be free from suffering. We have so much compassion for ourselves and compassion for other beings. So these right intentions are a good way to start off the practice of meditation. We've already had our minds inspired by the going for refuge and the practice of the inner cities. All of these things are working together to help us in our process of meditation. And remember that all of this starts way before we even sit down. We want to be living a good life, a life full of ethics, kindness to others, practicing good bodily behavior, good speech, good thoughts. And then when it comes to sit, we're already in the right place. We practice the anusatis, or we remember the importance of right intention. And all these things will help us to develop the peace and happiness that comes from meditation. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do 20 minutes of meditation, then we're going to have a little break. And I'm going to guide the meditation, and maybe you can see some of the things that I've talked about already in the instructions. And it's good to do pretty much the same sort of beginning to your practice when you come to meditate. This conditions the mind in the right way, helps you become more acquainted with the process of your meditation, so that you can understand what causes create the right conditions for practice and what things you want to let go of that impede progress on the path. And so having some insight into your practice, understanding the process, is very important to develop in your meditation. So let's take a comfortable posture, something that works for you. And we begin just by making sure that we're feeling good. So take a few moments to set up your posture and find that comfortable spot where the body is alert but soft, not too stiff. You want to be upright but not uptight. And then you can close your eyes, and already we've made a big change. Just by closing your eyes, we've shut off some sensory input from the outside world. So we're leaving that world outside behind now. We've decided this is the time for meditation. And so we can let go of the world beyond this room. Just leave it there. It'll be there for you later. But for now, I'm going to be here, now, in this place. And so you let go of the day, let go of the week, all the busyness, all of the activities. And just leave them now in the past. Sure, there'll be some echoes, some resonance. We don't get involved. We can let go of all of those things, leaving them in the past where they belong. And we're not planning the future. The future is uncertain. We're here now. We can leave the future in the future. So we let go of thinking, planning for the future. And so by letting go of the past and letting go of the future, we can be here. We can be now, present. We can be aware. We can relax. We can let go. We can let go of all the tension and tightness that we've been storing in this body. Do you feel your body sitting here? Can you see the tension, tightness lingering? We can let go of this tension, let go of this tightness, consciously relaxing. And so let go of the tightness and tension in your face. Allow your forehead to become smooth and soft, not worried, not stressed, soft. Allow those eyes to rest. Allow the face to soften and relax. Unclench your jaw. Already becoming more soft, more relaxed, already starting to feel good. Why don't you allow yourself a little smile? Allow yourself that feeling of love in your heart. I'm here now. I'm meditating. Good. Then allow the shoulders to relax and feel the arms becoming soft. Relaxing down to the arms. Allow the tightness and tension to drain away through the fingers. And letting go of the back of the body, feeling the spine softening, feeling all the muscles releasing, letting go of tension, letting go of tightness, relaxing the entire back of the body. And coming to the front of your body, relaxing all the bones, all the muscles of the chest. Allowing even the heart, even the lungs to soften. And you let go of any tension lingering in the abdomen, relaxing deep inside. And moving down through the hips, relaxing, feeling the heaviness in the buttocks. Allow the legs to soften and relax. Letting go of the knees. Releasing any tension in the legs all the way down to the feet. Any tightness, any tension draining away. And now, the whole body is relaxed and comfortable. Maybe you notice that where previously there was tightness and tension, by letting go, now there is more comfort, more ease. And that it feels good to let go. And when the body is relaxed, the mind naturally becomes more calm, more peaceful, all by itself. Sure, thoughts come and go, but we don't get involved. We let go just as we released those muscles. We let go of the thoughts. And it feels good to let go. And when the body is relaxed, and when the mind is calm and peaceful, the breath appears all by itself. And it's natural to become mindful of this breath. We see the breath coming in. We see the breath going out. And we naturally want to stay with this beautiful breath. So soothing, so calming, deeply nourishing. And so for the next few minutes, relaxing the body or letting go of the thoughts or watching the breath, being here, now, aware, relaxed and peaceful. Now we're coming towards the end of this short session. This is our chance to review, to understand what just happened. You can ask yourself, how am I feeling now? Is it different from when I began? Why? What happened? Were you able to relax the body? How did that feel? Were you able to get some peace and calm? Or was that difficult? Were you able to see the breath? How was that? And so in this way, by reflecting and reviewing, we begin to understand the process of our practice. We can develop wisdom about the causes and conditions that lead to wholesome mind states. And we can see how we can let go of unwholesome mind states. We can move from suffering to happiness by letting go. And so hopefully you're feeling more relaxed and calm, so we can dedicate the merit of all this good practice we've done, reciting the Namo Tassa, going for refuge, reciting the Anusatis, and practicing meditation. We can dedicate the merit of all these good actions to the benefit of all living beings, wishing may all beings hear the Dhamma, may all beings grow in wisdom, and may all beings achieve Nibbana.